I'm Amy Kendrick. I'm the Executive Director of El Ranchito de los Niños. El Ranchito de los Niños is a children's home located in Los Lunas, New Mexico, and the main focus is keeping brothers and sisters together as an alternative to foster care. We serve all kids in New Mexico age 0 to 18 who are living in at-risk homes, so kids who might be at risk of going into the foster care system because their families are struggling, or kids who have already been taken into state care. We also serve the families of New Mexico in that we can be a resource for families to avoid going through CYFD and having their kids removed from their home. So we have 3 pillars of our program that we think are important. One is that every kid knows that there's a God who loves them. One, that they have self-worth, and we want to provide them the best education possible. So we put all of our kids into private school. All of our kids go to the same elementary and middle school and then on to sometimes different high schools, but they're all private schools, and we have good relationships with those schools so that the kids of El Ranchito become part of the family of the school as well. So they build deep bonds with the teachers, the principals, the other students in the school, and so it expands their family. The reason that El Ranchito is really important to the community is they are keeping brothers and sisters together. Oftentimes, when kids are removed from the home, they're suffering that first trauma in being removed from their parents, but then a second trauma when they're split from their siblings. And none of these separations are due to anything that the kids have done. And so to them, it's just very confusing and scary. And so it creates a second trauma when they're split from their siblings. El Ranchito de los Niños receives no state or federal funding at all, so we rely solely on donations of our generous donors and grants and other opportunities for funding. And we've been blessed with an outpouring of support, and we continue to need more help because, as everyone knows, raising children is very expensive, and we want to provide all the opportunities to our children that every other child has. I think the reason we need the funding from Albuquerque involved is the kids need your support. I think that what we're trying to do is break the cycle of abuse and neglect and homelessness and drug addiction, and by teaching these kids, that they have value and they have self-worth, so that when they have children and they go off to college, they'll know that they don't have to repeat the sins of their families that they came from, and that there is a better way. And I think, we need the money to ensure that we can give them every opportunity to thrive in this community and go on and do great things. This last year, we've had some significant additions to our home. We had a sibling group of 4, aged 1, 3, 5, and 7, added the day before Thanksgiving. They came, and the 2 youngest kids celebrated their very first Christmas with us. And just last week, we added a new little girl who, the day before her birthday, came to us, and she had garbage bags full of clothes that were too small for her, and she had suffered unimaginable history of homelessness and abuse and neglect. And she comes to us, and she is just as brave and resilient as any kid you can imagine. And we really just want to continue helping kids like that and the other kids who need us.